Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, our first video, our title today, Computer-Based Tests and Online Resources. With you, Mr. Muhammad Sayyid Ali, STEM Ismailia School. If we read this title carefully, we will see that it has two topics, two important points to discuss. The first one, computer-based tests. Are they different from paper-based tests? Which one is more difficult? Which one is easier? Believe me, no one is easier or more difficult. It depends on you, how much you have trained, how much you are familiar with, how much you are ready for this kind or this kind of exams or tests. So be ready for them and they will be easy. Second point, online resources. How we can use technology not only for taking the exam, but also for preparing for it. It's so important in 21st century to be able to use technology professionally. Okay, so let's return to the first point. When we talk about tests, English tests, math tests, or any kind, students always think that they will be tested, they will be evaluated for their abilities, on their abilities to use the language, for example. So most students thoroughly concentrate on knowledge. What what do we mean by knowledge? In English, you will see that they will concentrate on reading skills, writing skills, listening skills, speaking skills. Of course, all online exams, all online tests, all international tests online will include reading skills, will include writing skills. Not all of them may include listening questions. So few of them include speaking questions. So most students concentrate on the first two kinds of skills, grammar choice, vocabulary, and so on. Do you think that you will be evaluated for your knowledge only? Of course not. Of course not. You are an international student. You take international tests. As for STEM students, you have the same level of any student in STEM schools all around the world. So you are tested, you are evaluated as you are as a STEM student is evaluated in USA, in UK, in France, in Italy, everywhere, anywhere. So what will we be tested on? This is a very important point. Let's see. You will find three kinds of skills. The first kind, communication skills, reading, writing, speaking, listening, as we said. Second kind, thinking skills. You will need critical thinking skills to evaluate between different choices or opinions. You will need skills, creative thinking skills to write a good paragraph or essay. You will need problem solving, analysis, understanding, and so on. All kinds of thinking skills are embedded in the test itself. And the last one is technology skills, as you are already using computer to take your exam, to prepare for it. These skills will be integrated in any exam, any test, any international test. Why? Because they are called 21st century skills. They evaluate your character, your personality, your abilities, different abilities to be perfect, not only in the target language or the target subject, but as a professional person, academic student. If you succeed in this test, if you achieve the target scores, scores, so you are able to take a position, to join a university. Okay, so it's so important. One of the main challenges besides these kinds of skills is time management. Sometimes you find an international online test which is timed for 30 time limit, 30 minutes, and you have 30 questions. It means that you are asked to answer a question in 1 minute. Sometimes they are more or less. Sometimes the questions take more than 1 minute or less than 1 minute. Of course, these tests are designed by experts, by professionals. They know what they do. They know what they plan. They know what they design. They want to evaluate different points in your character, like time management. Are you able to take quick decisions? Are you able to achieve tasks in limited time? Which one is faster? Which one is more punctuate? It's very important. If you are able to control the time of the exam, you will be the leader of it. You will achieve the target scores. You will have enough time to think. But if you lose time, if you lose control, if you take much time, for example, for the first questions, you will not have time for the at the end of the exam. You will be obligated to do them quickly, maybe without giving them the due attention, then the due thinking time, and this will affect your score. So please put your time management in your plan to how to improve it, how to be trained on them. Let's move to second point, online resources. Of course, some students thoroughly follow the proverb that practice makes perfect, but they do a part of it and leave another part. Practice makes perfect doesn't mean that you should take only tests. It's not a kind of practice. Okay, it's not all practice, but you need to study. When we want to study, we should concentrate on academic websites and academic books. Today, we will introduce a website. It's so useful, so beneficial for you, and it will help you greatly to be perfect in using the language and to be perfect in taking computerized exams. The website is examenglish.com. Examenglish.com. If we see these sections, in your opinion, which one should we start with? In your opinion, which one we should start with? Some students will concentrate on IELTS, TOEFL, TOEFIC as examples of international tests, but I always advise my students to start with level tests. If we surf this section, we will find that this section will help us to know our levels. This will help us in the next steps. Okay, and I will show you how. For example, if you take this part, grammar, vocabulary level test, listening level test, if we try this, we will find that this website offers you a good chance to determine, to know your level. How? Here you have, of course, you should read this explanation, but to save time, I will highlight some points. In this level test, you have 15 questions in the test. The questions get easier or harder according to your responses. So we have 15 questions. This exam has limited time, has 10 minutes time only. If you do it at the end, you will find that the website will give you the feedback. It will tell you that what's your level. Your level is A2, A1, B2, B1, C1, C2, and so on. And it will give you the time that you take the exam. After you do this, I advise you to move to the next step to improve your language and enrich your vocab. In vocabulary section, you will find very good materials. If your level is A2, you can have these topics. If your level is B1, these topics is suitable for you to improve your level. If your topic level is B2, you can see these topics. For example, we can choose this one to explore what you will find. You will find many good materials that will help you greatly to improve your level of English. Okay, so for this level, you have different topics. You can open them, train on them. They use word family strategy to collect many words about buildings, education, countryside, places, town, and city, and so on. This will help you so much to improve your language, to enrich your vocabulary, and so on. If we return to vocabulary, we will find that it offers you academic word list. In this academic word list, it's designed for academic students. Academic word list. It's designed for academic students. If you are in STEM school, this is so useful, so beneficial for you. Okay, we have 10 groups of academic words. This is group 1, 2, and 3 till we get number 10. Of course, you should read them carefully, study them, discover which one you know and which one you don't know. Okay, is that only what the website provides us with? Of course, no. Can you see practice test? This is a very good kind of tests. How? Okay, I advise you to read this. There are 40 questions in this quiz. Choose the best answer. If you read this question and try to answer, of course, we aren't after answering the questions, we are after the techniques how to use the website. So if you read this question and you want to choose, for example, the first choice, the website gives you immediate feedback. It tells you that is it correct or wrong and giving the reason. If we choose second one, it will give you the same feedback. If you choose income, it will give you the feedback. It's right, correct. So the website gives you the feedback and the reason for it. Mister, I don't understand. I am not convinced. I am not persuaded with this answer. I want to make sure. Okay, you have two choices. The first one is to take approach, for example, and use your dictionary to know is it right or wrong, the meaning, and so on. It will take less than seconds, but it will help you greatly to improve your language. In some dictionaries, you are able to copy this, okay, and put it in a file, a Word file to make your vocabulary book, okay. If you don't want to use this, the website helps you giving you this icon. See all words. If we press it, we will find the word list of group number 1. Analyze, verb, the part of speech, the definition, some examples, okay, if you don't want to use your dictionary, okay, at the end of them, you can see the difference between the words in the question, so you can go again to do practice test or next one. So the website gives you good feedback, good explanation, good discussion. You may not find this in other websites. Okay, so for academic learners, students, STEM students, these 10 groups will help you greatly to learn and practice. And this is practice. Practice doesn't mean to answer only questions. Practice it means to learn, to use, then practice, test. Okay, we have two parts: to learn how to use, to acquire, to gain the language, then do tests, do activities. Okay, okay. After this section, I advise you to move to another section which is grammar section. Of course, when we talk about grammar, we don't talk about grammar translation method to study grammar for studying grammar. No, no. We should learn how to use grammar, how to understand it, how to use it not only in choice questions. No, no. You will use grammar to understand reading passages, to speak with others, to understand the listening texts, and to write good language, professional one, academic one. It's so shameful to find some essays with good vocabulary and bad grammar. Okay? Don't spoil your good work with grammar mistakes. So this website gives you the chance to improve your grammar greatly. How? Can you see A1, A2, B1, B2? The same that you got from level test. After I have my level test, I can go to these topics. For example, if we choose A2 grammar topics, you will find that the website offers you some topics to help you to study them well. The website divides grammar into points, okay? So you can study adjectives, comparatives, okay? You can study adverbs frequency, gerunds, and so on. You can choose the topic that you aren't sure that you are perfect in, or you can choose one by one to revise them all. If we choose the first one to see, you will find a good part in this website that I like most. The first point, the website gives you immediate feedback. It tells you for every question, it gives you for every answer, you choose the feedback. It's right or it's wrong. For example, if we read this question, what is the comparative form of great? I want to choose anything just to see. It tells you that it's incorrect, not at the end of the 10 questions in the quiz. No, no. Point by point. If you choose greater, it tells you it's correct. If you choose the first one, it's incorrect. Mister, I don't understand. I am not persuaded with it. The website told me or tells me that the second one is the right one, but I want to understand it. Show explanation. You can see a simple and comprehensive one. You can see a very good explanation of the rule of this part. Okay, so you can read them, you can understand them. You can, if you don't understand a part, you can search on YouTube for explanation and complete the questions. You can copy part of it and ask your friend, discussing with your friends. Okay, you can copy the question itself and send it to your friends. to exchange ideas, exchange information. This is so important. If we move to the second question, you will have the same points and so on. Okay, so this is for if we choose uh, A1 grammar topics, A2, B1, B2, and so on. But Mr. I am good at English and I want to check my level. Here are some other sections. I advise you to take this grammar by exam. In this section, you will find mixed topics, not only one topic. Of course, they are ordered. The first ones are so easy. You can start with them, moving to each section. If we take the first one, for example, it covers verbs, prepositions, word order, and so on. And second one, verb forms, linking words, prepositions. Third one, articles, sense. For you can see that each section covers uh, some topics. Mix it together. Let's choose this for trial. Of course, you have visit the grammar section for grammar explanation and practice test at level 2. If you don't understand this, you can choose this. If we choose the first one, for example, it, if it will give you the immediate feedback to know whether your answer is right or wrong. But if you know you need the explanation, you should move to another part. You can see here difficulty level A2 elementary. This is for elementary students. If we go back and choose, for example, the last one, you will find it's more, not more difficult, but it needs more, higher levels. This time next week, I won't be in a stuffy office on beach in Spain. You have also have the feedback here. Can you see to see which one is correct or not? There are 50 questions. So the higher level has higher questions, higher level questions. Okay. Okay. You can take the next questions and so on. If you don't understand any point, you can go back to the topics, grammar topics, and search for it, or you can use Google or YouTube to find the explanation. Okay, but I want you to be perfect in one point. You should understand grammar. Don't only memorize rules. For example, if we take this, I want to explain some an important point. If we show explanation for this, can you see this? The first thing he starts with is use. How to use this rule. Second point is form. How can we form adverbs of frequency? And the common mistakes. It's so important to know common mistakes. For example, when students say we every day go to the park, we go to the park every day, the possession of every day. Number two, some students use the plural form with every. Is it right or wrong? Of course, it's wrong because we can't say John goes swimming every day. John goes swimming every day. Okay, so when we study grammar, we should know how to use, how to form. How to use means the meaning of this tense, the meaning of this part of speech, and form, how can we make it? Okay, and of course you should read grammar common mistakes because many students do them. The last thing that I would want to highlight here is reading. Can we have reading texts in our exams? Of course, The second video will give you some samples, some models of electronic online exams. What is the shape? How it's formed? What kinds of items of questions may be included in it? Okay, but quickly I want just to highlight this part. If we choose academic reading in IELTS, we will see that it's not different from paper exams, but it's easier to do. I don't talk about the level of the language, I talk about the techniques of answering. Of course, you should read it, then you choose answers. Some students ask me, Mister, how can we do this in a limited time? Of course, we will have another video about time management. How can we save time to do the exam? But I will highlight it quickly. We should use speed reading skills, reading the topic sentence, moving quickly to select or understand the main points. Then, when we answer the questions, we have two strategies that will help you to answer. The first one is the keywords. For example, if we see in 1925, for example, you can search for it quickly, and I see it's here, and it means that it is suggested, it's expected to find the answer for this question in this part or related to this part. Okay, you can find the keywords of the village of course, the name of the village is a keyword. If you search for it quickly, you will find the part for the question. How can we answer it? We just select, select, select the questions. It take only less than a second to choose the answer. So you don't take time to just from the paper exam, the paper for the questions, to read the number of the question, then go to the answer sheet, making sure that it's the same number of the question. Then you highlight your choice, making sure that you highlight your choice. It's B, so I highlighted B, not C or A. This takes time, but in computerized exams don't take this. Uh, for this website, it will help you to check your answers, see answers, then move to the next question. One of the students asked me before whether will we have a long passage in uh, computerized exam or not. I believe that it depends on the availability of time. It depends on how much time is available. If you have a long time, you can have a long passage. If you don't have enough time, you can take uh, uh, the passage may be two paragraphs, four paragraphs, three paragraphs, as we will see next session, inshallah, or next video, and it will be available for you to answer them according to the time. But you should make the best use of time. At the end of our video, I want you to, the aim of this video is to help you to be self-independent learners, to be able to learn by yourself, to be able to organize your ideas, your thoughts, and it's so important to control and manage your time while preparing and while doing the exam. Follow this rule. Practice means to learn, to acquire the language, to be able to use the skills well, the knowledge, the information, then move to the second part of practice is to do tests. Okay, thank you and goodbye.